Hey, it's Chef Evelyn here, and I am so excited to be sharing these videos in this chef care series bonus. It's like the encore, right? And to really help you get ready for a new year. Okay, I'm super excited about it. And in this video, I want to be sharing with you what it takes to hit your goals in the new year, right? I want to be sharing with you 13 of the things that I did. I know that sounds like a lot, but I promise you, listen, rock with me. The 13 things that I did over the past year or two that helped me double my income, okay? And really make progress on a lot of personal and professional goals that I had. And I really feel like these are the things that people, maybe they do and they don't know how to communicate what they did, right? Because people say, it's not just about what you do, it's about who you become. And so I want to talk about a couple of those things today. And the reason why I wanted to do this video as a part of this bonus encore series is because I spent so much time and so many years having these big grandiose goals, making these elaborate vision boards, and then getting to the end of the year and being like, how come I didn't make any progress on said goal, right? And so I want to share with you some of the mindset shifts that I had to make, some of the changes I had to make in the way that I was operating, and some of the tangible things that I had to do to hit my goals, which had me double my income and make so much progress, right? Now, listen, I'm going to be sharing with you these 13 things, but I also want you to have a strategic plan for your own personal professional goals for the year ahead, right? So if you haven't registered for the Chef Care Superclass, I am going to encourage you to do that. And the Chef Care Superclass is a 4-day intensive workshop where we are going to be walking through on how to create a self-care and strategic plan for your personal goals and for your professional goals, right? It's going to be from January 10th through the 13th, 2022. All the details about the experience can be found at chefevelyn.com/superclass. But basically, we're going to walk through my step-by-step formula on how to create a strategic plan for any goal, and then we're actually going to create the plan, right? Because you've heard the cliche before that a goal without a plan is just a wish, right? And what I realized I was doing over several years was I was creating wish lists. I was creating wish vision boards, right? That I would put these things on my vision boards. I would write these things in my journal. I would put these things in my planner, and I had absolutely zero step-by-step strategic plan on how I was going to implement, execute, and achieve these goals. And a lot of times it's not because I didn't want to do it. It's I didn't even know what I needed to do to implement, to create a plan to make those goals. And that's why I created the Chef Care Superclass, right? Because we've spent the past several weeks, we spent the month of December really getting our mindset right around self-care for our business and for our personal life. And now I want you to have something tangible that you can walk through the year with, right? A plan to follow, right? That you can take those wishes and turn them into goals by having a strategic plan. Listen, I'm a strategist. This is my superpower, and I'm so excited to support you in creating your personal customized strategic plan, right? This is not a one-size-fits-all thing. That's why this 4-day experience is a workshop, because you're going to be putting your goals down, and then you're going to be walking through the process on how to create the plan for your specific goals, not anybody else's goals, not what you think you should be doing, not what you think you should want, not what I want you to do. I want to equip you with the tools and walk you through the process on how to create your own plan so that you can have a map on how to execute for the rest of the year. So you want to go ahead and register for that. Like I said, the Superclass is January 10th through the 13th, 2022. Go to chefevelyn.com/superclass. All the details about the experience are there. Make sure you register, and I look forward to having you there. So now let's get into the 13 different things that I've done over maybe I'm gonna say the past 18 months that really have made a huge difference in my personal goals and my professional goals, right? And listen, if you have not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? If you have not turned your notifications on, what are you doing? Because like I told y'all in a previous video, I'm going to be releasing this whole special series and I don't want you to miss out, right? And if you're new here, if you see me looking down and to the side, it's because I write notes because I value your time, okay? I want you to get what you came for and I don't want to waste your time, okay? So let's get into that. The first thing, and what I want to say, I don't want to put these in any particular order because I came to the realization about some of these things at different times, but I'm just going to walk you through the way they came to me in my mind, right? So the first thing that I had to do is I had to eliminate procrastination. Ooh, let me tell you, okay, planning procrastination, researching, I'm going to do it later. I had to eliminate procrastination because I realized that when I procrastinated on doing what I needed to do, then I was delaying getting what I wanted to get, okay? And so I really had to kind of implement what people call the 5-second rule. Give yourself 5 seconds and then make a move. Right? If you procrastinate getting out of the bed in the morning, you got 5 seconds to get up, right? If you procrastinate on working out, give yourself 5 seconds, right? To get dressed. To start getting dressed and make moves, right? Like I really had to eliminate procrastination. I had to let go of temporary satisfaction for long-term gain, right? So the first thing I had to do is eliminate procrastination. And if you're a procrastinator, right? I don't know all the 72 different steps I'm going to need to do, so I'm going to wait until I figure them all out. No. Okay? Eliminate procrastination. Okay? That was the first thing I had to do. The second thing I had to do was embrace discipline. Listen, I know that's a word a lot of us don't like. I was included in that number, okay? Until I realized that all discipline is keeping a promise to yourself, right? And when you set goals and when you have things that you want to achieve, those are promises that you make to yourself, right? And so when you say, you know what, I said that I was going to do this, I said that I was going to achieve this, I said that I wanted this, I am going to do whatever it is I need to do to get whatever it is I need to get, right? I think there's a quote, I think the movie, was it Aquila and the Bee? I think it was, where he was like, sometimes we have to do what we have to do to get what we want to get, right? And that's what discipline is, right? People think it's a bad word, but it really is about keeping a promise to yourself. And let me say this, if you are someone that people in your life have made promises to you and they didn't keep them, you owe it to yourself to prove to yourself that somebody knows how to keep their word. And if anybody is going to keep a promise to you, it should be you. Okay. And that's how you break that cycle. When you know how to keep a promise to yourself and hold yourself accountable through discipline, then that's when you know how to hold other people accountable to the promises that they made you. Okay. Message. Listen, I also had to learn to make decisions quickly. I read an article several years ago that talked about one of the traits of wealthy people, or not just wealthy people, but successful people, whatever they're successful in, even if it's not just financial success, right, is that they make decisions quickly. And the reason why I realized they make decisions quickly is because they already know what they want, right? And they're committed to getting what they want. And so when they see something that can help them get closer to their goal, that can help them get what they desired, it's an easy yes, right? Or if they know I've been looking for this, or I've been wanting this, or I've been needing this, or this is going to support me, or this is going to aid me in my final goal, it's an automatic yes. And if it's not something that's going to help them, if it's not something that's going to get them closer to the goal, if it's going to be a distraction, it's an automatic no. They make decisions quickly because they're laser focused on these are my goals. It's just a no-brainer, right? And so it's easy to make decisions quickly. A lot of times when we vacillate between should I, shouldn't I, can I, can't I, will I, won't I, right? It's because we haven't decided that we are going to do what we need to do to get what we want to get. And so we're on the fence, right? And then we start procrastinating on making a decision, right? But when you're really clear that, yes, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do whatever it takes, then when things come across our path that will support us and aid us in reaching that goal, making a decision is easy, right? And we can do that quickly. After the next thing after making decisions quickly is they take action and implement quickly, right? So boom, now, okay, I've made a decision. Yes, that's for me. No, that's not for me, right? The next thing I had to start doing was I had to start taking action quickly, because how many times do you go and go, oh, you know what? I'm going to do that, but let me go read 72 articles. Let me go watch 37 YouTube videos. Let me go find 52 Instagram accounts to follow. Let me brainstorm in my notebook for the next 6 months. And then when I feel like everything is perfectly in place and ready to go, then I'll make a move, only to not make a move. Is it just me? Don't leave me out here hanging. I don't think it's me, but I had to learn to take action and implement quickly, right? I had to learn to be an action taker, a go-getter that, listen, you know, the work of your hands will be rewarded, not the thoughts in your head will not be rewarded. The work of your hands, right? When you implement and take action, you will see results, right? And one of the things that really helped me do this was I remember reading somewhere that someone said that action was the antidote. I mean, not the antidote, was the answer to anxiety. And I was like, they were like, not trying to figure out how to calm it down, that when you're anxious about something, making a decision and taking action is really the remedy to anxiety. And I have found that to be true, that when I've made a decision, right, either it's a yes or a no, that brings the anxiety down. And then when I take action quickly and implement quickly, that also basically fizzles out the anxiety, right? So taking action quickly and implementing quickly is another thing I had to do. The next thing I had to do was I had to eliminate overthinking and analysis paralysis. That goes back to making decisions quickly. Overthinking, well, what if this happens, and what if that happens, and what if I don't do this, and what if I can't do this, and what if, listen, in one of my favorite TV shows, they said if what if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk, right? If you know what 90s sitcom is from and who said that, put it in the comments below. I'll give you a hint. This person wore overalls all the time. Anyway, I'm telling my age here, right? But if what if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk, okay? And so a lot of times we vacillate, well, what if this would happen? And what if I can't do this? And what if nobody do this, right? And we will start to talk ourselves out of taking action. We will talk ourselves out of, making a decision. We will talk ourselves out of the possibility of us reaching our actual goal, right? And here's the thing, I had to eliminate that. I just was like, it was frustrating. The analysis paralysis and the overthinking was like the main source of my anxiety in any area, right? If you really think about it, okay? The next thing I had to learn to do, I had to be proactive. I had to stop waiting till the bottom fell out. I had to stop waiting till the other shoe dropped. I had to stop waiting till something was in a crisis, right? Like I had to be proactive, whether it was proactive in my marketing, proactive in my sales, proactive in my self-care, proactive in my health, proactive in my business, proactive in my friendships, my relationships, right? I had to learn to be proactive versus living my life in a reactive state, because again, that causes overwhelm, stress, and anxiety, and we are not available for that in this new year, okay? So being proactive, not waiting till my business was in crisis to get support, to get guidance, to do something different, not waiting till I wasn't making money anymore, not waiting until my health was in crisis, not waiting until a relationship was having a strained situation, right? To be proactive about those areas of my life, right? That real self-care is proactive more so than it is reactive, right? So I had to learn to be proactive, which required me to make decisions quickly, right? To eliminate procrastination, right? To take action and implement immediately, right? And I couldn't overthink and analyze, right? I also, this one is so good, y'all. I also had to learn, shout out to Brene Brown for this, because these are her words and not mine. I had to learn to embrace discomfort over regret. I'm going to say that one more time. I had to learn to embrace discomfort over regret, whether that discomfort was having a difficult conversation with someone, whether that temporary discomfort was, ooh, I need to stretch myself and invest because otherwise I'm going to keep doing more of the same thing, wondering why I'm not getting a different result. And we know what that's called, right? Doing the same things over and over again and expecting a different result, right? And so I had to learn to embrace temporary, momentarily discomfort versus long-term regret. I remember, and I think I've told this story before, a couple of years ago, several years ago, I was at a point in my business where like it just wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. I knew I had the goods, I knew I had the potential, and an opportunity for me to take a coaching program came my way. And like I said, I had to learn to make quick decisions. I knew I needed to do it, right? Like I absolutely knew that this is what I had been looking for. This is what I needed, right? But the investment at the time was at a level where it was all the money that I had in the bank. And I remember, sitting for a second going, ooh, like, what if I invest and it doesn't work? What if this? What if that? What, and what's going to happen? And then I remember saying, but what if I don't? What's going to happen then? I will be in the same place 6 months from now, 3 months from now, this time next year. And, what will I have to show for it? Because the time is going to pass anyway. And so I remember it was so uncomfortable to invest at that level at that time. And I remember like it almost kind of made me sick to my stomach a little bit, but I was like, what's the alternative, Evelyn? And I said, I'd rather choose this temporary discomfort of investing at a level that makes me a little nervous, right? Than to regret that I didn't go for it a year from now, 6 months from now. And let me tell you, within a couple of weeks of joining that coaching program, I 10 times my investment, right? And I'm not saying that's everybody's experience, but I remember thinking like, I remember where there were times where I waited on things because waiting is risky and I missed my opportunity and I regretted it and I regretted it and I regretted it. And I decided going forward, I was like, I'm going to choose, if I have a choice between temporary and momentary discomfort over long-term regret, I'm always going to choose the temporary and the momentary discomfort, right? And that's one of the things that has made me progress in my personal life and in my professional life, my personal goals, whether it's health and wellness, right? Whatever the case may be, right? That temporary discomfort of getting up a little bit earlier, that temporary discomfort of doing a couple of more reps, that temporary discomfort of pushing the plate away, that temporary discomfort of having that conversation, that temporary discomfort of, no, I'm not going to buy that, or yes, I'm going to invest in that, or whatever the case may be, prevents long-term regret, okay? Then I had to remember and I had to learn that perfectionism is expensive. Ooh, come on, say it again. Perfectionism is expensive, right? And we've heard the phrase "done is better than perfect." But let me put a little remix on it. Let me spin it for you and make it even juicier. Paid is better than perfect. Yes, do we want to strive for excellence? Yes, do we want to do good work? Yes, do we want to give people value? Do we want to create experiences? Yes, do we want to do a good job? Yes, do we want to have integrity? Absolutely, all of those things. But there's no such thing as perfect. And when we continually tweak and what if and analysis paralysis our ideas to death or making a move or whatever, right? Because we're waiting for the perfect time or the perfect circumstances or the perfect situation or the perfect opportunity or whatever, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist, right? Perfect is a decision, right? To move forward, to do the thing that you need to do. And I realized that trying to make things perfect or wait for the perfect time was costing me. It was costing me actual dollars. It was costing me actual hours and days and minutes of my life that I'd never get back. It was costing me stress and anxiety. It was costing me peace of mind, right? It was costing me money, okay? It was costing me delayed gratification because I wasn't achieving my goals. It was expensive to still struggle with perfectionism, and I had to let it go. Right? I want you to think about some areas where you may be struggling with procrastination and ask yourself, what is this costing me? What is it costing my relationships? What is it costing, my business? What is it costing my health, my wealth? There's never going to be a perfect schedule for you to work out. There's always going to be a holiday where you could eat bad. There's always going to be something else you can invest your money in, right? Or do with your cash. There's always going to be, I want an extra 5 minutes of sleep, right? But it's never going to be the perfect time. Well, once I have all these things in place, then Never going to be the perfect time, right? No such thing. And it's costing you, okay? Then, okay, let me tell you, the next thing that I really had to get was a strategic plan, because hitting my goals, like I said, when I didn't have a strategic plan, it's really just a wish list. Like I said earlier, we heard the cliche. I know, but it bears repeating. A goal without a plan, it's just a wish, right? So your New Year's resolutions, your vision board, your list of goals that you want to accomplish, if you do not have a strategic plan, an action plan, a step-by-step with with deadlines and timelines and milestones and mile markers, and this step comes before this, it's just a giant wish list. You might as well send it to the North Pole and send it to Santa. That's what it is. It's a wish list, right? You get what you get when you have a strategic plan on how to get it. Think about how many things you've set out and you were like, I really want to do this year. And you had no plan. You just cut out a picture of a representative of what the end result will look like, and you put it on your vision board. You had no plan, you had no strategy. You had no roadmap on how to get there. You had no accountability, right? You had no guidance. You just were like, this is what I want to do. Did you achieve it? I know you didn't, because I've had that in certain areas, right? And if you think about the goals that you have accomplished, it's because you've had a strategic plan or you implemented a plan. And that's why I created the Chef Care Superclass, because it is so important to me. And I know it is important to you, and it should be more important to you than it is to me, but it's super important to me to see you not waste another year. Listen, after the past 2 years that we've experienced on planet Earth, your life deserves more than just another vision board, more than just another wish list. You deserve goals with a strategic plan that you can walk through the year with, so that you aren't experiencing it. What should I be doing? What should I be working on? What should I be focused on? What is going to take this, hit this goal, right? A lot of these things that I've mentioned were eliminated once I got a strategic plan, which leads me to my next point. I got a strategic plan because I invested in coaching and guidance, right? And I will tell you, it's something about investing at a high level that makes you get your butt in gear, right? That makes you go, okay, I'm going to show up. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to do what I've been instructed to do, right? I'm going to follow the guidance that I have invested in. I'm going to do the work. I'm going to push through even when I'm not in the mood, right? I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to be consistent, right? Because I have invested in a level that I cannot walk away from, right? And I have a strategic plan that I can follow. When I was just out here willy-nilly, I got willy-nilly results. When I was just out here making it up as I go, I got make it up as I go results. Personal life and professional life, right? So investing in guidance, investing in a coach, investing in a program, I'm telling you, made a world of difference. One, it was just having a place to bounce ideas off of, so I wasn't out here on an island trying to figure it out by myself. Because here's the promise that I made myself. I said, allow it to be easy, Evelyn. Allow this experience to be easy. Allow entrepreneurship to be easy, enjoyable, right? And to be profitable, right? And effective. And I did that. I said, I don't want to figure it out on my own anymore, right? And I can tell you, the people that I work best with are people who made that decision. They were like, I don't want to DIY it. I don't want to Google search it. I don't want to watch 75,000 YouTube videos. I don't want to try to build a very successful business off of cheap and free information. They know that that doesn't work, right? Like, you went to college the first time and you invested in going to college so that you could get a return on that degree by getting the kind of job or career that you currently have or have had, right? Because you made an investment. Yet somehow we think, if I make no investment, and let's be clear, investment is different than operating capital, right? Okay. We think, I'm just going to go out here and do it. And then we wonder why we don't see a return on the investment. Well, how much did you invest? Because that's going to determine the return. Okay. And then I got accountability, right? So again, with that with the coaches that I've hired over the past several years, right? The programs that I've been in, the accountability was built in, right? Because I was investing at a high level. I had to answer to people every week, right? About what did I do this week? What progress have I made? Did I achieve these goals? What I'm doing next? And I invite you to do the same, right? So just as a mini recap, here are the 13 things that I've done over the past couple of years that have helped me double my income year over year, right? And help me hit my personal and professional goals. The first thing I've had to do is eliminate procrastination. The second thing I've done is embrace discipline. The third thing that I've had to learn how to do is make decisions quickly. The fourth thing that I've had to do is take action and implement quickly, right? I also had to eliminate overthinking and analysis paralysis, right? Then I had to learn to be proactive versus reactive. I also had to embrace discomfort over regret, okay? I had to remember that perfectionism is expensive and it's costing me somewhere, right? I had to have a strategic plan. I had to follow through despite how I felt. I had to invest in a level that I couldn't walk away from, and I had to have accountability. And listen, I want to leave you with this, right? I want to leave you with this. I love this quote. I wish I knew who it was by, but I love this quote. And anytime that I don't have results in an area, I remind myself of this quote, right? Don't be mad at the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. Listen, I'm going to say it one more time. Don't be mad at the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. If you don't have a plan and then you don't have and when you don't have a plan, you can't execute on the plan, you're not going to have the results. Well, then you can't be mad, right? So if you're like, Evelyn, you know what? I absolutely need a strategic plan so that I can execute on it so that I can achieve my personal and professional goals in the year ahead, then listen, go to chefevelyn.com/superclass, register for the Chef Care Superclass, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.